An out-front investigation tonight on exactly what happened at UVA on the night a student claimed she was gang raped at a fraternity. The story was first reported by Rolling Stone and sent shockwaves through the campus and around the nation. Tonight we have stunning new details about the woman who made these explosive charges. CNN has spoken to 3 friends of Jackie, and they now believe that she may have fabricated important parts of the story she told the magazine, including the man at the center of all of the allegations. So did that student, who she claims took her to a party where she was gang raped, even exist? Sarah Ganem has this special out-front investigation that you will see only here on CNN.
The night that a brutal gang rape allegedly happened here at the UVA campus, the victim of the attack, known as Jackie, told her story in vivid detail to 2 friends, Ryan Duffin and Alex Stock.
Her lips were quivering and she looked really frightened and looked like somebody who had just been through some really traumatic experience. I've never seen anybody look like that before. I really hope that I never have to see anybody look like that again.
The 2 friends, who identified themselves from the Rolling Stone article, say Jackie described the attack as they sat at a picnic table outside of a dorm. But they say the story she told that night was much different than the rape that Rolling Stone published.
There are definitely some major holes in the story. I think that was pretty clear in the Rolling Stone piece that, it was almost too perfect of a story.
To understand all the differences, you have to go back to the fall of 2012 to details that Ryan and Alex told CNN, details that never made it into Rolling Stone. Alex Stock, Ryan Duffin, and another freshman, Catherine Henley, were all friends together with Jackie, and all of them say that Jackie had a crush on Ryan.
I think it was really clear from the get-go that she was much more interested in me than I was in her.
So Ryan was happy for Jackie when, a few weeks into the semester, she announced that a 3rd year in her chemistry class asked her out on a date.
Here's Jackie, who's this, girl who historically didn't get a whole lot of attention from guys, and you've got, this 3rd year, and she was very excited about that, obviously.
So I don't remember whose idea it was to kind of, just scope out this guy and see if he was okay.
Jackie gave Ryan and Alex a phone number, supposedly of that 3rd year, and they began texting the number. Jackie said his name was Haven Monahan. That name would come up again later.
We texted him, pretending to be some other girl who was interested in him in his chemistry class. Not saying it was the best plan, but it was what happened.
These are the text messages purportedly from Haven. He says, "I really like her," describing Jackie as super smart, hot, into the same music as him.
Did you suspect at that time that this guy maybe didn't exist?
No. At the time, it all seemed very real.
Jackie said she had a date with Haven on September 28, 2012, the night that Rolling Stone says Jackie was gang raped. Late that night, Jackie called Ryan.
She just said something bad had happened, and could I come meet her in front of the storm?
Ryan and Alex met Jackie at a picnic table outside the first-year dorms.
It looked like she'd been crying. She was shaking, really obviously just scared about something. She said that she was on the date, and her date parked in front of his fraternity house. She said that her date said he was going to go up to his room and get something and asked her if she wanted to go in. And she said yes. She then said that when she went into the house and went up the stairs, her date locked the door of the room once they got in there. And she said that there were 5 other men in the room who she was then forced to perform oral sex on.
But details from the Rolling Stone story don't match with the details from friends. In the article, Jackie graphically described a brutal gang rape involving 7 men instead of 5, and she doesn't mention oral sex. The article also describes her date as a man named Drew, who she met while working lifeguard shifts together at the university pool. But remember, back in 2012, her friends said she told them his name was Haven, and they met in chemistry class. The article also has other inconsistencies, according to the 2 friends.
The article says that she was beaten, hit in the face, that she was barefoot, that she was bloodied, and that her face was obviously beaten. Is that true?
No. I didn't notice any sort of physical injuries. I didn't notice a lack of shoes. I didn't really notice anything that was consistent with the physical description that was in the article.
Perhaps the biggest discrepancy of all was the reaction of the friends that Jackie portrayed for Rolling Stone. The article says the three friends launched into a heated discussion about the social price of reporting Jackie's rape. The article quotes Cindy, whose real name is Catherine Henley, saying her reputation will be shot for the next 4 years, and she's gonna be the girl who cried rape and will never be allowed into any frat party again.
Catherine wasn't even part of this conversation.
No.
Catherine didn't want to appear on camera, but confirmed to CNN that she was not part of that conversation. Both Ryan and Alex told us they tried desperately to convince Jackie to call police, but she made the decision not to report what happened. The two friends say they slept on the floor of Jackie's room the next 2 nights to make sure she was okay. 5 days later, in one of the strangest twists to the story, Ryan received an email from Haven Monahan, the date who Jackie said orchestrated her gang rape.
The email was called About You. It was from Haven Monahan, haven.monahan@yahoo.com. And it looked like Haven had written, "You should read this. I've really never read anything nicer in my life," with a page worth of, just an essay that Jackie had written about me, which seemed really weird to me, even at the time, because here's somebody who allegedly just, led this brutal sexual assault on a friend of mine, and now he's just going to email me this thing about me.
Jackie told her friends that Haven Monahan dropped out of school after her rape, but we've checked, and no Haven Monahan ever attended the University of Virginia. In fact, we couldn't find a single Haven Monahan in the entire United States. The pictures of Haven that he texted Ryan, we found photos matched a man with a different name who went to high school with Jackie in Stafford, Virginia.
There's a very good chance whoever I was texting was Jackie. There's a definite possibility.
You heard that right. Jackie's freshman friends now believe there may never have been a man named Haven who took her on that date and who supposedly set up the brutal gang rape. Despite all of this, all three say they still believe it's possible that something very bad did happen to Jackie.
I think it's very possible. Yeah. I still think that it's extremely, extremely possible. If only because the reaction that she had on that night seemed so strong and seemed so genuine that I still think it's difficult to believe that she would have been acting.
Aaron, Jackie's attorney, she declined to comment on all of this, and Rolling Stone says they're still going back, trying to fact-check the details that Jackie gave them in the article they published. Now, that group of friends that you saw just now, like as many friends do as they go through college, they stopped being friends. They stopped hanging out, but they say that happened long before the Rolling Stone article was published.
And Sarah, do you have any idea where Jackie is and how she's been reacting to all of this, publicity? Obviously, the Rolling Stone article, one thing, but all of this that came after, certainly not what she ever expected.
Right, yeah, she's seemingly in hiding. I mean, she hasn't given any public statements or talked publicly at all, but she has talked to some of her friends, and we've talked to those friends. One of them told us that she is very overwhelmed, that she did not see all of this coming, the fallout of this article. Another person she talked to was Ryan, who you just saw describe being her friend that night and hearing what she had to say. He said she talked to him, but really all she said was that she apologized for the way that he was portrayed in Rolling Stone.